everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Saadatu and this is Saadatu's Daily. I'm a permanent resident here in Canada. We just moved in about 8 months ago. Almost 9 months ago we moved into Canada from Nigeria. I make videos on lifestyle, settling down in Canada, my life generally. I just make videos on them to share with you guys. You're welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, please do well to subscribe because I promise to always share valuable information to you. And for my old subscribers, thanks for always coming back to watch the video. Well, today I'm going to be talking about 10 things I wished I knew before moving to Canada. Pretty much 10 things I wish I knew, things that surprised me, like cultural shock and all that before moving into Canada. It's not as if it would have stopped me from coming anyway. It's not enough to stop me. It's not enough to stop you from coming. But I just want to share with you guys things that we discovered when we were here, things we never really thought was important, you know. And when we came here, we're like, really? Like, seriously? Like, you know. So if I get to come, you're going to learn a lot from this video. And if you're already here, I'm sure you can relate with what I'm about to say. So it's really going to help people that are going to come to like clear your mindset, like to reset your mindset on what you're coming to meet when you come here. It's not bad. It's just like a gist. It's just to share. As I said, it's not enough to stop anyone. It's just for you to have a mindset that, okay, this is it, you know. So I'm going to start with food. I actually knew that getting Nigerian food here is not going to be easy. You know, our African food is not going to be easy. But I never knew it to be this expensive. Like, we actually came in with a lot of food, but it was not enough. Like, it was not enough because barely 3 months into coming, some of my stuff were already finishing and we had to start buying from African store. And when you now start converting the prices to the price you would have obtained it in Nigeria, you have headache. So from the very beginning, we just decided that just conversion. If they say this thing is 30 pounds, we'll now start multiplying by. If you don't want to give yourself headache, don't even convert, just buy it. You started earning Canadian dollar, Abby. So I didn't really buy enough. I didn't really take it like seriously. So there are a lot of families that, aside their luggages that they brought in when they are coming, they made arrangement for cargo. They made cargo. Some even did cargo before coming into Canada. Some of them the cargo landed when they landed. Some of them the cargo landed a few weeks after they landed. Some it even landed before they landed. Mostly food items. I understand why they did that now. Especially if you have a family that loves to eat the Nigerian food. Like in my own family, my children, even if you decide not to give them African food, as far as there's rice shao, which is universal, if you don't give them African food, they won't mind. They don't mind eating anything. But my husband eats a lot of African food, a lot. Me too, I do, but not too much. I can actually cope without them. But when you have a family member or family members that you should really prepare to bring a lot of Nigerian food so that you won't end up buying 2-3 months into landing Canada. I emphasize, don't bring much clothes, don't bring much of all those things. If you're going to do cargo, yes, you can bring in your clothes, but if you don't have the money to do cargo and all that, please utilize your space to bring food items here. Beans, all your local food, your meat, your pomo, your fish, dry fish, crayfish, ogbono, egusi, palm oil, anyhow you're going to bring it to. Very, very important. That's so expensive here. So I didn't really like take it seriously. Like, we didn't really see the importance of getting to bring more food. So about 3 months into coming, we're already planning to do cargo to bring in food items from Nigeria. So that is one thing that I wish I knew. Another thing we took for granted, or we didn't really take seriously until some weeks to when we're landing, and when we now landed, we got to know how serious it was, is getting accommodation in Canada. I don't know for other provinces, but for Manitoba and for Nova Scotia, because I have a friend that landed there, it's not easy to get accommodation. You see a house that you think you're the only one that wants to rent the house, and the landlord will tell you there are like 15 people that want to view that house, and you just know there and then that you don't have a chance in getting that house, maybe based on your family size or so. Getting accommodation here is very, very tricky. It's very, very hard. So we didn't really know how important it was. So when of course, when we got our PR, we're like, okay, some weeks to our landing, we'll start arranging for how we'll get the house. Few weeks to where there's some sites, of course, to go to look for houses, even from Nigeria, to bid for houses and all that. No much houses, no much options. Even the available houses, you see, sorry, or you didn't get they won't give you to rent. Other people will get it. They'll tell you that 20 people, that 15 people that want to rent the same house. The time was drawing near, coming near. When we were going to fly, we booked tickets. Where are we going to park our, where are we going to land? You understand? So our people over here, of course, they're trying to help us look for a house. Don't worry, I'm going to go and check a house. I saw a house, I'm going to go and check it. I saw a house on this site. And eventually they'll say, sorry, you didn't get it. Don't worry, we'll get another. Few weeks to come in. Luckily, before coming, days to when we're coming, we got a house. But I tell you, there are some families that land Canada and they don't have a house to put their head. So they'll leverage on family members to stay with them, or they'll stay in Airbnb, or stay in hotels. Some people stay with family members for more than 2 months, 3 months before they will get their own house. Some people 1 month, some people stay in Airbnb for 2 weeks, 1 month. I kid you not. So we just felt, this is not Canada, I will get house now. Few days to where we come, that was when we got the house, and even that one was by sheer luck. By sheer luck, we got the house. In fact, we landed with another family that stayed with us for a month plus before they could get their own house. We had to accommodate them with their families. So we were a family of 5, husband, wife, 3 children. The other family had 2 children, husband, wife, and 2 children. So 9 of us were in the house. You know, it was so hard to get a house. So we didn't really take it seriously. You know, if not, we would have started searching for. And even if you start searching for house early, if you even get a house, the landlord will tell you the house will be open by so and so time. By then, you've not landed. So are you going to pay a month advance? So these days, even when people get houses early, maybe if your flight is, let's say, 1st of June, and you get a house and the landlord tells you this house is going to be open 1st of May, people pick that house. They pay for May even if they're not in that house. They pay even though they've not landed. So I have a family coming in on 17th of June of this month, but they got a house and the landlord told them the house is going to be open from 1st of June. And they paid the rent, even though they are going to half of the month, they're not even yet in Canada. But because of the difficulty it took them to get accommodation, they had to just pay for it. They didn't mind because there are no houses. So more people are coming into Canada, and the provision for accommodation does not match the influx of people coming. Mind you, it's not only from Nigeria people are coming from. People are coming from the US, from Dubai, from Ukraine, from a lot of places. So people land every day without houses. That is why houses are very, very expensive now. Airbnb are so expensive, you know. So we didn't really take it seriously until we landed. So advice for you, if you are about to land Canada, whoever you have in that province or in that place where you want to land, beg them to help you start looking for accommodation before you land. And the one they choose for, they get for you, please pick it. Pick the accommodation, because there are no houses. I'm talking for Manitoba, for Nova Scotia. I don't really know for other provinces, but I know generally housing is a big issue. Wow, it's really raining. The rain is so heavy. I've never seen a heavy rain like this. Okay, distraction. Another thing, the third thing I wish I knew was about the weather. I'm sure people have heard so much about the weather. It's cold, it's cold. It is not that it is cold though. It is really, really, really cold in Canada. There are some provinces though that are not really that cold, because as far back as like February or so, they're already entering into summer. It's warm in those places, but majority of the provinces in Canada is very, very extremely cold for a very, very long time. Of course, now we're in the summer, the sun is shining, it's very, very hot now. We're enjoying the greenery everywhere, flowers everywhere and all that. My brother, Canada is cold. So if you hear somebody talking about Canada being cold, it is not exaggeration until you come before you understand how cold it can be. And something again about the weather is how unpredictable the weather can be. The weather is so unpredictable. I just told you now that it's raining. It's really raining. Seriously, it's raining cat and dogs right now. But an hour before now, it was sunny. The sun was hot. No sign of that it's going to rain. I made a video now. I'm just making the second video, and as I'm just talking, it just started raining. So you could enter into a supermarket to go and shop. When you enter, the sun was shining. But by the time you come out, the weather has changed. It will just start raining. Or during the winter time, you enter the supermarket to buy something. Before you come out, you enter when it was no snow, everywhere was clear. By the time you come out, the whole floor is white. Everywhere the snow has started. So it is very, very unpredictable. So when we're in Nigeria, that whenever we're watching American movies or so, you see somebody saying they're checking the weather, they want to go out, they're checking the weather, that they always check the weather of the day. They'll say, okay, today take your umbrella today. It's true. When you come to Canada, you understand. When you're even dressing your children to go to school in the morning, you always check the temperature of the day, the temperature when they're going to come back by 4. What will be the weather? It's very, very important, because you could dress your child to go to school with normal shirt and all that, and by the time child is coming, it's going to rain. Today, I didn't do that. I didn't check, because I'm already getting used to the summer. What could happen? What could be the worst that could happen? They just dressed normally, no hoodie, nothing. My son even wore a very short sleeve, and it's raining now. So mostly when I check and I see that it's going to rain by maybe 4 p.m, 3 p.m, I'll tell him to carry his umbrella. He has one tiny small umbrella he used to carry, or just tell him to carry it, or they wear their rain boots. Don't wear the normal shoes, because now I know the shoes that he will bring home is going to be messy. If I knew it was going to rain, I'll just tell him, okay, carry your rain boots. It's going to rain when coming. So the weather is very, very unpredictable in Canada. The weather you wake up with is not what you will be by maybe 12 p.m. or 4 p.m. It's highly. So when you're here, you work with the weather. You're going to work when you want to dress up, when you want to organize an event, especially, you check the weather. In fact, it's so bad that there was a coffee meeting in my children's school last week, and they had 2 venues for it. 2 venues for the event. So the first venue it's supposed to be an outdoor. In fact, they told us to bring our camping chairs, our lawn chairs, these foldable chairs. Bring it along when you're coming, because it's going to be outdoor. So that is the venue for the sunny weather. But if the weather changes, there's another venue. So they had 2 venues in the invite: outdoor in the playground, and the second venue was in the school auditorium. That's to show you how unpredictable the weather can be in Canada. So before you're planning an event, you check the weather to see, okay, what will be the weather on that day. Unlike Nigeria, where we're coming from, weather no they change. If it's rainy season, yes, we know it's rainy season, But here, sometimes even it has not rained for some days in Canada. In where I am, in the area I am, it has not rained for a long time, and the rain just started today. It just started some minutes ago, and it has stopped. Now, as I'm talking to you, it has stopped. Before you know it, the sun will just come out and it will be like it didn't rain. So it's highly unpredictable here in Canada. So another thing that I never knew about was scam. The level of scam in Canada, it's In fact, Nigeria scam is learning work. You know when they tell you are learning work, your own scam in the country you're coming from is learning work. I'm talking about the country I'm coming from, not that I'm bringing you down. I respect the country I'm coming from because I thought I've seen all the scam. Here, the scam, it has degree, it has masters. The average person in Canada, has fallen to scammers. There are different types of scams in this place. Is it accommodation scam? Is it job scam? Is it telecom scam? Sometimes you just sit down, you just see a bill from your telecoms company, your house mobile, they'll send you a bill. Yeah, what bill is this one? Or you just get a random call, or you get a job scam. I almost fell for a job scam. I saw a job advert, I applied for it. Sharp they called me for interview. Sharp they gave me the job. I was like, is this how God used to work? True, when they say your time has reached you. But something in my mind was telling me that this thing is too good to be true. The salary was even too good to be true. But I just felt, it's God that is working, thank God though. I didn't know it was a scam. Thank God I talked. And I had already watched a video of some people that fell prey to scam, and I was like, what is this one? And when I made my investigation, it was a scam. I almost fell for it. So I never knew a place as advanced as this. When you're coming, you have high hopes. This place is next to heaven. It is not though. If you are new here or you're just coming, if somebody tell you A, please verify that it is A. If somebody tell you it is raining, please verify, because there are a lot of scams here. Even the Canadian residents, citizens, they even fall to scam. Even the job I do, I receive a lot of calls of customer complaining of scam. Is this email from you people? I got this email of my bill. Is it from you people? It is not from us. Or they'll send you a link to click. Advanced scam. So it's something I never knew about, that scammers are here in Canada. Even my husband has fallen to scam like 3 times. It was recently he was telling me about one. I said, why didn't he tell me? He said he knew I was going to laugh at him. That's why he did not tell me. 3 times. So this one, he ordered for some things online and they never came. It was scam. So by the time I also have friends that have fallen to scam like 2-3 times. A particular person has fallen to scam. That one, she even got a car from another province, and then she got a company online that was going to drive the car to Manitoba to her, and she paid the company and all that, not knowing it was a scam. They never brought the car to her. She never could reach them again. So when she went online to even go and verify the company, that she got to know that a lot of people are complaining about the company, that they're scammers. By then, she had already sent money, almost like $600 for them to drive the car from, I think, Ontario to Manitoba. So there are a lot of scammers in Canada here. Please be very, very wary of them and shine your eyes, please. Before your hard-earned money, you just go like that and be telling stories that touch. That thing I never knew about, though I knew partially, but I didn't take it seriously, was the kind of quiet, serene lifestyle you come and meet here in Canada. It is really, really quiet, really, really lonely. Everybody just minds their business. Yeah, where we're coming from, everybody minds, they stay in their houses. It's not like that. Especially in the winter. It can be so lonely, so quiet. You won't even see your neighbors. Nobody even knows you are in existence. You shall know that there are people inside the house, but you've never even seen them. At least now in the summer, you get to see your neighbors. In fact, it's so shocking that it is in this summer that I got to know that my neighbors have children. Like children that don't go to school. If they go to school, I would have been seeing them entering the school bus. The ones that are not yet school age. Because why? They're always indoors. I'm always indoors. It's in this summer that it's bringing them out. They're coming out. You know how when you pour kerosene inside infested furniture of cockroach, how they start running out. That is how the summer is bringing them out. So you get to see more people outside. But normally in the winter, which is mostly all year round, you get to live a kind of lonely life, especially if you're working from home. I work from home, thank God I have my family here. So I keep imagining that what if I came alone, like student and all that? Because sometimes in a week, I don't even step outside. I don't even go outside the door. I'm always indoors. Except if I'm deliberate to say, okay, when I close today, well, I'm going to go outside. And I do evening shift most times. By the time I close, it's midnight. It's already night. So before I even start working, I want to catch some sleep, do one or two things. I don't go out. So you don't, everywhere is lonely. You have to deliberate about going out and meeting people, booking appointments to even go and visit somebody. You call your family friend, can I come? Okay, no, you can come next week. In 2 weeks time, yes, I'll be around, you can come. Which kind of life is that? Unlike Nigeria, from work, so you just branch. You branch somebody else's office or you branch somebody's house, go and just make noise, gossip and come back out. So it can be so quiet, so lonely, so serene here. It's a good thing, but sometimes it messes up with your mental health. So I remember before coming here, I watched a video of a lady that says she talks to herself. She came alone to Canada and she says she talks to herself most times. I understand you. Wherever you are, whoever you are, you're alone and all. You get to talk to yourself, you get to gist with yourself. Like, it's not as if you're going crazy, but it's a thing, like, you know. So you have time to really meditate, to have time for yourself, to develop yourself and all that. You should just utilize the quiet time to build yourself. Don't let it mess up with your mental health, because if not, people fall into depression most times in this place and all that. At least if you work out, if you have a job that takes you out of your house, it's good. But most people work from home. Most jobs in Canada here, you work from home and all that. So it's something I never knew about, so I never really took seriously. Watch it in movies, the streets are always quiet and all that. It is a thing. Everybody minds their business, you know. Everybody's just on his own. Sorry, I'm always looking down because I have a book here that I'm looking at. So another thing I never really took seriously and is like a shock to me is that when it comes to job search, what they take seriously is your skills. What skills do you possess? Your certifications and your job experience. If they don't want to know what degree you have 2, 3 masters, you have when you're applying for a job, that job has some set skills that they want you to possess. Do you have them? Do you have work experience in them, in that particular field? You know, have you done some certifications to, you know, build you on that particular job? So it's not like where we're coming from that you have masters, you have 3 masters. The people that you even meet here said some of them just high school or diploma that they have. They don't really school here. It's something I never really always felt that Canadians are well schooled, they really went to school, they're educated. They're not that really educated like Nigerians. Nigerians are more educated than the Canadians. Nigerians are more educated. The basic for a Nigerian, say you finish secondary school, the next thing your family expects from you is to go to university. The next thing is to do masters, abi. It's not like that here. You have an option. You have most people that just dropped from grade 9, they decided not to go to high school. They're done. They start working. You can start working at that age, earning money, like earning salary. So they just drop, they don't go to school. So they don't take it as a thing here that you must go to the university, you must... If the child says he doesn't want to go to university, it's fine. They don't take it seriously. Or masters, I have a doctor's. So it's something that really like shocked me here. You see a lot of jobs and they tell you the highest high school, diploma, high school. They know they go to school, you know. So it's a shock to me here. So when you want to do your CV has to carry your accomplishments, the skills you have pertaining that job that they advertise. Do you have work experience in that field? In fact, the portion they even give you in your CV to put your education, just maybe 1 line, 2 line, your highest degree. I have a master, so I just put it there. Let it not even go and waste. I put it there, you know. And there's some jobs that require you to have a degree in economics or in a particular field. You state it there in the CV. So they don't really take much importance to your level of education, you know. It's not really a thing here. That's one thing I never really like took serious. Another thing is tax. Tax tax, the price you see on a commodity in the supermarket, so whatever you want to buy, it's not the final tax you pay. So you will hear them, they always tell you, you ask them, how much is this? You say $30 plus tax, $15 plus tax, $7 plus tax. It means that is not the final price. So you go to shop, you go to do your grocery shopping end of the month, and everything you buy maybe is $300 in your own head, or you've calculated it is $300. Depending on your province, you may end up paying $330. You will pay tax on it. It's so bad that somebody will even you may hire a technician to come to your house or to fix something, and the person will tell you he's charging you $70 plus tax. He's not asking you to pay $70 plus tax. So you're going to add what is the tax on $70, and that tax is different for different provinces. No. So it is a thing here. Unlike where we're coming from, you see the price on the shelf is $20, 20 naira. You're going to pay 20 naira for that. Nobody's going to tell you anything. That is the price. But here, it is different. So when you want to purchase something, you don't just hold the exact $5 that I want to buy maybe this cup of coffee. I want to buy it for $3. You are not going to pay that. You're going to pay extra on it. So you always have extra to pay. It's pertains a lot of everything over here. So it's something that took us time to adjust to, because you will go to the store, you see something, maybe it's $1,005, maybe you want to buy furniture or so. You have to calculate how much is it plus tax, because you'll be shocked, so you calculate whatever you want to do plus tax. The taxing here is something else. And even on the salary, let's not even go there safe. You project that this is the salary you're going to get, and then they tax you, and it's the remaining they give you as your salary. So for low income earners here, it's really nice, it's interesting. You see, the sun is already coming out. It just finished raining now. By the time you stroll outside, you're not even know it rained, and it was really heavy. That's a distraction. So taxing here is something like a shock, like a new thing to us, and something you should adjust to, when you come here in Canada. So another thing is, the Canadians they can be really polite, really nice, really they're nice and polite. Though a lot of people say the max it is a form of racism, the max it to, they just give you a smile. Do you know what it means for someone to smile at you? I don't care if it's racism, as far as it doesn't come to my face that they're being racist or something. They're just nice. They hold the door for you. They speak nicely to you. Even when they want to give you a feedback at work, maybe you did something wrong, they want to give you a feedback. They're polite about it. Not like people, I have friends in the US that complain, in the UK, they're not that nice to them. So you're walking up, you're walking, another Canadian is coming, the same path and all that. They just give you a very quick smile, and then it's gone. It's something. You say the smile is fake. I don't care if it's fake or anything. Where I'm coming from, I don't see that. Even from my fellow people, I don't get that from them. It would be like you're fighting with them already. You don't even know them from anywhere. You walk up to an office, want to make an inquiry to the receptionist, the person is already as if fighting with you. What happened? Do you know me from anywhere? You can never get it from a Canadian. From most of the Canadians, they are pretty nice, they're helpful, they are ready to help you, they're nice, they're polite. And it's respect. To me, it's respect, no matter how anybody sees it. I was watching somebody's YouTube, a Nigerian YouTuber, and she was saying the smile is fake. I'd rather get a fake smile than not to get a smile at all. So, and my kids are learning. I see it in my kids. My kids have changed. They're nicer, they're more polite. They smile with you, they try to understand with you. Unlike growing up in another harsh environment that your kids just harsh. Your children are harsh unnecessarily. They're fighting. Are we fighting, So it's something I really appreciate about them here. It's not something we really didn't take into consideration, but it's a thing here. They are super nice, majority of them, except if you go and meet the one that's where the head is not correct though, because most the level of people that take drugs here is like a legal thing here. They take drugs anyhow and all that. If you go and jam that kind of person, that person will not be nice to you. But average normal human being here, they're pretty nice, and it's really something I love about them. So something else is how the cost of living in Canada. Yeah, it's something we knew before coming. Oh boy, it's very, very expensive. I keep talking about the house rent. We pay house rent monthly here. Every 30 days you pay your rent. Hey, housing is expensive. Just do yourself a favor not to even convert how much you're paying as house rent here compared to what you're paying in Nigeria. Where we're coming from, we pay house rent every year, abi. You can even go and join Ajo or Adashe contribution in your workplace, and you pack last, you carry it and go and pay your landlord. You even get extra safe. But here you pay every month. And what we pay in my family here as rent for a 3-bedroom duplex is more than what I pay. More than what we pay as 1 year rent in Nigeria. 1 year rent, what we pay here every month is more than that. So approximately what we pay here in this house in Nigerian currency is like, let's say 700,000 every month. But when we're in Nigeria, we pay 500,000 for our house for a year. So do you understand the maths? So it's really not easy. That's just for house rent every 30 days. You have to go for grocery shopping. You need to pay bills before you say Jack Robinson. Mobile telecoms bill has come. Before you say hydro has come. Before you have to do shopping. Before a lot of bills to pay. So you just find out you're collecting your salary, you're paying. You're collecting salary, you're paying. Then those people that even have mortgage that are paying, you cannot even decide to default in your mortgage payment. So the cost of living here is very expensive. People say, are you not any Canadian dollar? Yes, you are. You will not suffer, but it requires a lot of planning. That's why it's very hard for you to now have enough money to send back home. So people back there at home may not understand. I might have a sister in Canada and she's not sending money. Your sister in Canada will appreciate if you even send some naira to her to change herself, because it's not easy. Go easy, rah. So that's why you see some people will now have to do 2 jobs, 3 jobs to be able to break even. A lot of migrants that came, a lot of us that came, you have loans are paying back in Nigeria. Every month you need to pay back the loan. So you're collecting dollar, you're converting to naira, you're paying loan back home, you're sending money back home, you're paying your dues, your bills here, you're paying your rent here. So it's pretty much not easy, especially within the first 1-2 years of landing. Yeah, the Canadian government, they support families. Some of them, they get rent assist, childcare benefits, all this climate change money, you get it, yeah. But without all those help from the government, I wonder how permanent residents to survive here, because your proof of fund within the first 2-3 months, you don't finish, So you will now start looking for that when it's coming, when the date for paying childcare benefit have not reached. You won't be asking your husband, they've not paid rent assist, they've not paid this, And the rent assist is not even in all provinces, mostly I think in Manitoba, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not easy. The cost of living here is very, very expensive, very, very expensive. So please try and understand with your Canadian relatives or your relatives abroad, not even Canada alone. It's not easy, especially those that come and study as students in the UK and all that. It's not easy. Call them and greet them. How are you doing? How are you coping? If you have some naira, send to us. We appreciate. The last thing I will talk about to close this up is their cashless policy here in Canada. Of course, I knew about it before, but I didn't really know the intensity, So when we came, everything you want to do, no matter how small it is, anything you want to do, you pay with your credit card, We had to even one day say, let us even go and see the currency. Let's even see the paper. Let's go and withdraw. When to withdraw the currency to hold it. And this is it. It's very hard to see the note, the cash flying around. It's very, very, very hard. I have a wallet. My wallet just carries all my cards, my ATM, my ID card, my PR card. I have to be deliberate to even put cash in my bag, cash in my wallet. So most times the children need money for school, for maybe hot lunch. They want to do pizza day, this and that. So they'll ask you to send $4, $3, $5. So I usually get cash to give them. Of course, you can pay, we call it interact, through transfer to the school, but I prefer to give them the cash, you know, to go to school. Aside that, you have no reason to hold cash because everything is cashless, the cashless society. So before coming here, then first, maybe on Monday, I usually do that. Before coming in Nigeria, I withdraw maybe like 20k that I'll put in my wallet for day-to-day transaction, pay this one, pay this one, pay that one. Every week I do that. I must have cash in my wallet. I thought it's like that here. The first time we came, we were doing that, but we felt you just got to know that you don't really need it. Yeah, if you pay with cash, you'll accept, but it's not a thing here. So the cashless policy here is at the peak, you know. It's really at the peak. Of course, Nigeria trying to copy it. I'm speaking English, but I don't think in Nigeria we've reached that stage that we'll be doing cashless. We've not reached that stage because it's so advanced here that whatever it is that you want to do, you pay with your card. You know, you pay with your card. So it's something that was like a shock to us, and you know, different from where we're coming from. So if you like this video, please click on the like button, subscribe if I hate to subscribe. What are you waiting for? I should come and carry your hand to press the subscribe and help your sister, and you're getting good stuff from here. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.